Domestic workers bound for Saudi Arabia can expect more protection and better pay. The Joint Technical Panel of the Philippines and the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia agreed on the provisions of a draft agreement on domestic worker recruitment in Riyadh. The Philippine panel was led by Labor Undersecretary Danilo Cruz. The meeting addressed concerns and issues involving workers and their employers.
Draft bilateral agreement was reached between the Philippines and the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, which will protect domestic helpers and recruiters. Labor Undersecretary Danilo Cruz signed the initial agreement in favor of the Philippines. Labor Secretary Rosalinda Baldas will initial the bilateral agreement late this month to show the Aquino government's commitment of promoting the welfare of overseas Filipino workers, especially domestic helpers recruited for Saudi Arabia. Close to 100,000 are now deployed in the oil-rich country. Each worker recruited will be paid a minimum of $400 a month.
First in the history of bilateral negotiations for Saudi Arabia on the protection of the rights of women domestic workers. Because under their law, these are not covered by labor and social legislation. They are normally covered under their social welfare or in part ng kanilang interior and local government.
The agreement also prescribes the regulation of the cost for recruitment, which is abused by local recruiting agencies. Those recruited which are not paid the salary of $400 have the right to seek redress with Saudi authorities to enforce the content of the contract agreed with their Saudi employer.
We are saying that the rights now, especially the rights under the reform package in terms of the $400 minimum wage is now part of the contract, part of the agreement. They will open bank account to assure us that they are really paying the $400. This has never been done since 2006 when we introduced the reform package.
For the People's Television Network, this is Freddie Abando reporting.